Hey guys, Philosopher here, and today I have the Red Star opening for Mighty Thor. Jane Foster, I gotta tell you, I really love this character. I love the Asgardians in general. I think they're fun. If you've watched my streams, you know I use some of the Thor music sometimes, or a lot, because I just think it's really cool. That said, this is a team that pretty much all of you would have skipped until recently, right? Until recently, if I told you there's a new war defense team that's not the top of the meta, but it's pretty good, and oh yeah, it's mostly Mystic characters, you'd probably skip it. But now we are in the mode, I think most of us, where we're focused on potentially needing every team for Scourge. So my advice for this team as a starting point is collect the shards, but only build this team if you really care about war, all right, for right now, because obviously most people don't have that Mystic gear. But we're going to test out the team. I'm going to gear up Sif and Heimdall as well, and we're going to do some ISO choices there and really try to debate and discuss the different ISO options, T4s, everything. And we're going to do that in just a minute. But first, I want to have a brief message regarding our sponsor, Amazon Coins, which I use myself in connection with Marvel Strike Force. So let's talk about Amazon Coins. Hey guys, I want to tell you about our sponsor, Amazon Coins. This is the first and only sponsor of this channel. The reason I've taken them on is because I use this product myself. It's very simple. You download the Amazon Appstore on your Android device. It could even be BlueStacks. Even if you use an iPhone, just get BlueStacks, download it there. That's what I do. And you know what? You save 20% or up to 20% on your Scopely offers, your Marvel Strike Force offers, by purchasing them through Amazon Coins. All you do, you click the link below, you buy your Amazon Coins. Here you get 5,000 for $42.50, and then you can just use those for $50 worth of offers in the game. You save a lot of money that way. It's a no-brainer. And by the way, I do this myself. As you can see here in the link below, I use it myself, and so I'm recommending a product I've been using for quite a long time. Please click on that link. Use that to get your Amazon Coins because it supports this channel, supports the guy who makes all my images and thumbnails, all that good stuff. Appreciate your support. And we're back. Thank you for taking the time to listen to that. That does support the channel. All right, let's do our Red Star opening here. And here we got Mighty Thor. I think it's a great character model. I love the look of it. And look, it's kind of like the movie. She's got the splintered Mjolnir. I think that's absolutely awesome. All right, let's do this. And this time I will remember we're going to do the shard opening right after this. All right, wow. All right, we're going to do seed theory as usual. I agree with the people who say that it's just a conspiracy theory. But we do it because it makes for fun videos. I need to open gold orbs anyway. I'm low on gold. I've been my spending in this game is gotten to about zero. I don't whale on the energy. I used to whale on the energy offers and so on. I don't do it anymore. So let's open the gold orbs and see what we got. I really am looking for a gold / orange drop here, 1 million or more. 350K in the center is also acceptable. We got it. We're in a, quote, good seed. All right. All right, let's now go right here and see. We got an Elite 5. Let's try it. Mighty Thor. We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it on the first try! Amazing! Wow! We did it! Well, good thing we got some ISO to talk about. Amazing! Amazing! We're done! Well, this is a short video. No, in all seriousness, let's open up the... We're going to go into the ISO and the T-Force and all that in a minute. But let's open up our character shards. That was a pleasant surprise. I will say her offers were not as ridiculous like the Gambit offers. Hopefully, Scopely learned from that. They did have some... Oh, wow, a 20. That's good in Scopely math. There you go, a 3% drop. I'll take that, all right. Our, quote, good seed continues. Six. Come on. A 12? That's not awful. Even in Scopely math, even that is a good drop. That's a 6% drop, okay, 6.7. Scopely's trying to entice me to keep playing their game. They're concerned. They're like, philosophers cut down his spending. He might stop making videos. We gotta make his drops a little better. Okay. Oh, another blue. A 10, all right. I could use an orange or even a purple while you're at it, Scopely. Just saying. 12. 8. 10. 10. 6. And 10. That's still a very good set of pulls. Okay, that's 146 shards. That's pretty good. So let's see what our Asgardians look like right now. Not bad. And we can get her at least a 4 red stars. Okay. Not bad. Not that far from 5 stars. So let's now... I need to open some more gold orbs just to have enough gold to upgrade her. Let's see if we can get some 1 million drops. All right. All right. So far, Seed Theory's not looking so good on the gold orb drops. All right, maybe we should do these as a 10x. Just to get this video going. Get into the meaty stuff. Everyone wants to know the ISO and the T4s, right? They don't care about any of this. There we go. We finally got a 1 million drop. We're going to do another 10 just so we make sure we got enough. All right, I'll do another. There we go. All right, we're done. I think that should be enough. All right, we're going to start... We're going to start by taking her to level 60 so that we can bring her abilities up to 6664. Actually, I think we need to get her gear tiers up first. So let's do that. All right, so here we go to bringing her to gear 2. And then upgrade to tier 3. And then tier 4. And then tier 5. Tier 6. Tier 7. Tier 8. Tier 9. All right, and then now we're going to go up to tier 10. All right. Now we'll get these up to 6664. The reason I like doing this is just it means I won't accidentally apply a T4, right? We want to have a discussion about which T4s you really need. Okay. All right. All right, so now we're going to take her up all the way. We'll take her up to level 85. And then we'll get the rest of the gear tiers up. Gear tier 11. 12. 13. 14. And then we have gear tier 15. And that's where we're going to stop for now. I don't do gear tier 16 until I know what I need for a Scourge or whatever. My focus for currently on the Scourge is, for my teal gear is probably going to be the Rogue Scourge characters. All right, let's talk T4s first. Then we're going to discuss ISO. I think we need to discuss it in the context of the whole team. And so we may end up making changes to Thor, Sif, and Heimdall, and I'll be bringing them up to at least gear tier 14 as well, just to sort of, see how the team works. We can see how the whole team works together. Maybe throw in Hela for now as the 5th, something like that. All right. All right, so let's look at her T4s. So her passive, at the end of any turn, if this character is 5 or more charged, attack the enemy with the highest damage does then have trauma. All right, that's nice. And so this essentially means that she's going to get 100%. So it'll be 250% damage versus 150%. Okay. And then apply 1 charge. Always apply 1 charge to self. Okay. So instead of 25% chance. So this is going to be an essential because you want to get these charges up for her and Thor. I think that's going to be a core mechanic for the team. So I think you pretty much need to have that. Yeah. So I think this one is pretty much a guarantee to have that one or an essential. All right, attack all enemies for 270% piercing plus flip 2 positive effects and negative effects. Okay, that's big. And then apply blind to the primary target. That seems to me like at the very least nice to have. What do we got here? Okay, attack primary target for 270% piercing. Attack all. 80% piercing to all is a nice to have. Basic is just 80% piercing. Yeah, okay, so let's look at the ISO attack here for a minute. And that one to me definitely seems like an optional one. Let's take a look here at the, okay, we don't have the ISO info. I mean, on paper, it looks like it's just pure damage. So to me, the only one that's super essential is going to be the passive. And so these two are nice to have. Let's, and the basic I wouldn't bother with. Let's look at, so Thor I already had some on because of, or no, I had none on Thor. So let's just look at I will go through the other T4s here for a minute. I mean, this is really nice. More damage to all enemies, we like. And then just additional damage for the team is nice for himself. Lightning Storm, an additional percent chance to apply stun instead of 40% chance to 50. I just view this as a nice to have. Back in the day, this was considered a great T4. I just think the standards have gone up. Additional crit chance. I mean, one thing I will say is I do think that this character can be a very good raider. He's traditionally been striker, but I think he can be a good raider. Here, we do know his ISO attack, which is just pure damage. So I'm not really sure how much we care about Flipping defense up is kind of interesting, but I don't know. Let's go to Heimdall for a second. So Heimdall, on more defense when this character or a hero as guardian ally applies, draws below 50% health, apply 2 death proof, and speed up for 2 turns. Yeah, that's pretty important. This is just optional. Clearing 2 negative effects instead of 1. That's really nice to have. That may be essential. Okay, so I think I'm probably going to do the passive and the special on him. And then what do we have on Sif? Additional resistance is 25% resistance is very nice. Probably an essential there. Probably an essential. This is just nice to have some additional targets and damage. She's not a damager anyways. This is just nice to have. And then this, I think, will probably just be a nice to have. I'm looking at her ISO attack is just damage. So, yeah. All right. So, let me do these 2 on Heimdall. And these, I think, are necessary to get the team to work. Which is good. I like that this is not a huge T4 heavy team, at least thus far. It may be different when we get to Valkyrie or whatever. We'll have to take a look. I don't think this is a heavy T4 team. You know, because for me, I will tell you, I would kind of like to use, I have, for example, for Wakanda, I'm missing some of the really essential T4s. So for me, I've actually been saving T4s here because I thought, okay, I'm going to need some of them for the Asgardians. And I'm sure I will need some, but I think I can afford now to do, the Okoye Basic is one that I've always really liked, clearing more positive effects. And this one, lowering drain for enemies. So I'm probably going to do these 2. Here. That should help my Wakandan team a lot. Okay, so now we're going to go here back to the Asgardians. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Heimdall and Sif up to gear tier 14. I will say that Heimdall is very expensive gearing. So I don't even have enough gear to bring him to gear tier 14. What am I missing? Oh, maybe these. We'll see if we can farm enough to make it work. Wow, huh? All right, let's see if this is enough. There we go. Crazy, huh? Like I said, Mystic Gear makes this team, not a great value proposition for most folks. I think we'll just do gear tier 14 on these characters. And then we got to figure out ISO. Because I know that's what a lot of people are interested in. So we'll kind of talk that through here a little bit. All right. Let's see. So for Mighty Thor, what is she going to be doing? So she's going to be attacking 10 enemies outside of her turn. She's going to attack 1 enemy. So that Striker does seem like a logical option there. Okay, so that is definitely, I think, a reasonable I think that both Striker and Raider are possible options because of that out of turn damage. Healing, I will say, is also, putting healer on these characters is not an unreasonable option either, because that will impact the amount of the heal. So, I think putting healer on this whole team Could make the whole team live a lot longer because they all have resistance against heal block, and the health, the healing is going to be increased there. Now let's look at the character stats here for a minute, because that's also a consideration. So if you look at health, Mighty Thor is 5th overall in health. Right between Dormammu and Gambit. That's insane. And by the way, look at her damage. Where is that? It's actual regular Thor who's the killer and the damage. So she's more of a high health character. Whereas her damage is, good. She's in 26. Not bad. So, but definitely very high health character. So an argument could be made even to have her as Fortifier. I mean, Fortifier is, definitely, I think, a reasonable choice. A Fortifier is generally better at blue ISO than Healer is. That changes. In other words, in green ISO, Healer was better, but then Fortifier, I think, really turned out to be better. Let's look at the rest of these characters here for a minute, because how they interact is going to determine some of this. So Thor is all, I know his kit very well. He's just all about that out-of-turn damage. You could, by the way, make him Healer as well. You see you've got the healing. So there's that. On the other hand, having Fortifier on some of these characters means that, you'll have kind of, it expands the health pool, so you can have that healing underneath it. But anyways, he's traditionally been a striker for the damage. I think Raider's another possibility there. And then Heimdall, another character that, has been a healer. I mean, he's a character that essentially you just want to keep alive. Really, that's the plan there. So what I don't know is, what does his health pool look like in the first place? So his health pool is, there you go, 42nd. It's essentially tied for 39th in the game with Okoye and Valkyrie and Silver Surfer and others, which is pretty good. So, so, he's just kind of a support character, gives energy and cleanses and whatever. I don't really care about his focus, I don't think. Now, an argument could be made for Mighty Thor to make her Skirmisher, because you're going to be doing the buff flip, and you're going to do blind, assuming you eventually get where's the blind debuff. So that's another argument. Have her be Skirmisher. Now, one question you may also want to think about is who goes first on this team. We can take a look at the speeds as well, to the extent that that matters. Here's the characters in the game sorted by speed. I'm trying to look here to see if I recognize any of the... Here, I think it'd probably be just simpler to go in the game and look at the speed. So let's just do it that way. I think it'll be faster. So she is 100 speed. Very slow character. Sif is 108. Heimdall is 100. These are very slow characters. Thor is even slower, unless they sped him up, which I don't think they did. 90. So these are very slow characters. Really, the only one I'm going to see how fast Valkyrie is because we can't see it. Valkyrie is 100 speed as well. So it's a super slow team. So that's kind of the weakness of the team, is they're very slow. And basically, they just kind of stay alive and they get hit and they get those charges and whatever. Yeah. So, very interesting. So they're all basically slow. It's going to be one where it takes a lot of testing. I do wait a long time for the infographics. My Darkhold infographic, you probably have already seen at this point, just came out. I've got A-Force on the way. It just takes time for this reason. I mean, I don't really know. I think it's going to take some testing to figure this out. I think we're going to have... I do think that... I think Heimdall, I guess I'll just keep him as healer for now. I don't know. I wonder if he ends up being a character that people end up targeting at some point just because you want to get that cleanse and ability energy out of there. One thing I will say, another thing with this team is they really are not... There's no good ISO attacks so far. And Valkyries maybe, but it's like not clear who you really want getting ISO attacks. So I wonder if you just opt out of the whole vulnerable striker thing and you just focus on healer and fortifier to keep them all alive. I don't know. An alternative, and certainly some people in my chat have been suggesting, like Erdy, just put Mighty Thor, Jane Foster as skirmisher for the flip. I don't know. It's a really interesting one. Yeah, I think I'm just going to... I mean, another alternative is to put her as like a raider or something to just get the extra, or striker to get the extra damage, because she's going to be doing damage. But I think... That's a really interesting one, right? I mean, this is a team that does it all with out-of-turn damage. That's what this team is about. So to me, the alternatives, the things that I would explore, I mean, the options that I would explore, you certainly can continue to go striker with Thor, or you could go raider with him. I think with Mighty Thor, there's an argument that, I think there's an argument you could put the whole team as healer or fortifier or something like that and just see how they do by just outlasting the enemy. That may actually be a viable strategy. I don't know. For Sif, I think she's either a healer or fortifier for sure. For Heimdall, the same. Those two for sure. And so the question is just for Thor and Mighty Thor, do you go damage by going raider or striker, or do you just go survivability? So I'm thinking with him, I'm going to switch him over to raider. Because he's just hitting everybody and so on. So I'm going to do that. Plus he's got that one attack that does more crit damage. So I think we're going to move him up to raider. That one I feel good enough about. I mean, we want to get some damage out there. And he's got one of the highest damage stats in the game. And he's going to be hitting multiple characters a lot. Okay. All right. Now, I think we do... Yeah, we can see his damage. This is only gear tier 14. His damage is already 41,000, which is pretty good. So one argument is that somebody in my chat is making, which I think is an intelligent position, is that you get there. It's a bit of a waste to have Thor as Raider because Valkyrie is already giving out crit chance. Where is that? There you go, 25% crit chance. I think that's a fair point. But I think the fact that the character's critting all the time, I mean, he also gets crit damage. Oh, and Heimdall also gives crit. All right, so let's look at that here for a second. Yeah, so they're giving... Okay, so Heimdall also gives 25% crit chance. So they're going to get 50% crit chance. So right now, Thor has, as a Raider, 40% crit chance. So wait, this is good. I mean, then he'll be at 90% crit chance, and then he'll be doing all this crit damage. That seems like a good thing. I mean, to me, getting because the Raider on him gives 20% crit damage as well as 30% crit chance. I don't know. It just seems to me that we want to have him at 100% crit chance. That's good. So I think what's going to end up happening maybe is Thor will be a Raider. She'll be a Striker. Sif, I think, is going to be Fortifier. I'm going to switch her over to Fortifier. So we're going to do that now. I mean, this is just for testing purposes. This is not my ultimate decision. If you're upset about it, so be it. I'm just going to try her out. I mean, this is what I'm going to call initial impression or testing, however you want to look at it. All right, so very careful here. It's definitely easy to make a mistake and put on the level 4. I know some people have done that. That's tough. So we want to be careful with that. All right, so far, so good. So we got Raider, we got Fortifier. So then I think we can keep... So Heimdall, I guess we'll try keeping him as a healer. And then the question is, what do you do with Mighty Thor? And I really can see arguments for going Raider with her. Since, that's going to help the passive. It's going to... this attacks all enemies. And this attacks all adjacent targets, so it's a chain of sorts. I could see an argument for Striker just to up the base damage. And I could also see an argument for going, let's say, Fortifier healer on her. I know people are telling me that like the bot tells them that people are going Striker. I just genuinely don't care about what other people say. If I, that I don't. We're doing testing here for a reason. It's not. We're not going to just copy what everyone else is doing. I'm not sure having him as healer is the right choice. I do think the base healer thing is kind of interesting. I mean, an argument can also be made to make her skirmisher, but man, you're doing a lot just to get that 50% focus. The argument for making her like a healer is that she's got a huge health pool and she's going to be healing on her turn, so she could just be very difficult to put down. Another argument can make with her big health pools to make her Fortifier and just make her very hard to kill. Okay. right, people are telling me they think she should be Fortifier, which is an interesting one. All right, let's try her as Fortifier and see how it goes. It just seems like a fun choice. I'm not sure it's the right choice, but it seems like a fun choice. We'll give it a shot and see how it goes. Sadly, I'm in the middle of a war, so I can't debut it on War Defense, but we might be able to try this team on War Offense for the lulz. For science and lulz and all that. Yeah, her main function is definitely to stand there and give charge to other people. All right, this is what my team looks like. That's not bad. So there we go. Pretty good team. Interesting. All right. So, guys, this is what I'm going to be testing out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought I did a pretty good job in the polls. If you like this video, smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel. If you have comments, questions, cheers, happy, sad, angry, mad, you can put it below or go to my Discord. That's linked below. You can also go to my Twitch stream. That is linked below too.